Welcome back to my channel. As always, I am very excited for today's video, and this one is extra exciting because, as you can tell from the title, I will be making a big announcement. But before we get into that, if this is your first time seeing my face, hi, my name is Samantha, or Sammy for short, and I am a certified personal trainer as well as a weight loss specialist. So if any of that is of any interest to you, then please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can be informed when I upload all of my future content. You can also go ahead and follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Sammy for short. Now, with all that being said and out of the way, let's jump in to the announcement. So if you've been following my Instagram for a while, then you may have already figured out that I will be relaunching my spring workout program, Bloom. Bloom is a program designed to help individuals of all skill levels and abilities blossom into the healthiest versions of themselves this spring. It encourages you to find new elements to add into your workout routine and also motivates you to get outside as the weather starts to get warmer. There are going to be regressions and progressions for each exercise on the YouTube videos to come on this channel in the near future, so everyone will be able to participate in this amazing program to help you bloom. Now, as I said, this is a relaunch, so I did originally come out with this spring program last year. However, I have since started working at a new gym and have accumulated new information over time to just help improve my workout program. So overall, it is still the same program. There are just a couple of modifications with some of the exercises as well as some of the reps and sets. I also completely redesigned the layout of the page so it's much more visually appealing to any consumers, and I have slightly updated the tips and tricks page as well. So you may be wondering, what all are you going to be getting with this Bloom program? Well, I'll tell you. For starters, you're going to get a page that gives a whole layout and breakdown of what your workout routine will look like. This program is going to be broken down into a 5-day split. Day 1 is going to be a full body EMOM workout. EMOM stands for every minute on the minute, and that will be explained in more detail and depth later on in this video as well as in the program itself. Then you go into day 2, which is the lower body, glutes, and hamstrings day. Then day 3 is going to be a push day, which includes shoulders, chest, and triceps. Day 4 is a lower body, glutes, and quads day. And then day 5 is going to be an upper body pull day, which includes back and biceps. And even though this is made for the average individual, I will say that the focus of the workouts and the program itself is going to be for muscle growth and strength training. Now, cardio is still going to be prioritized 3 to 4 days of the week, and that will be explained in more detail throughout the next couple videos I do, as well as in the program itself. But this is a mainly strength training, building muscle program, which is still beneficial for those that are looking for weight loss, but just know that you may put on some muscle whilst you are losing the overall weight and body fat. So aside from the breakdown, you also get a tips and tricks page which goes over certain sections of this program, such as explaining what dynamic stretching is, what supersets and trisets are, everything you need to know about cardio, and a further detailed explanation of what EMOM, or every minute on the minute, is. You will also be getting a list of examples to add an active rest day, because your day 6 workout is supposed to be an active rest day. That could be something like a hike, a walk, yoga, dancing, anything like that, just some type of activity that is not necessarily a gym-based activity, but more so relaxing or easy on your body. But then you want to have one solid rest day, and again, there's a whole page that lays all of that information out for you. You will also be provided with a warm-up routine and stretches for your upper and lower body days. And finally, you get the actual workout routines themselves. So you get what the workout is, how many sets, and how many reps of it. There's also going to be a column where if you print out this page, you are able to edit it yourself. You are going to be able to put how much weight you're lifting, so that over time you can progress and see if you're lifting more weight as you're getting stronger. And as I've mentioned earlier, I will be doing YouTube videos on this channel to go along with each workout. So today, as you can probably tell from the title, is going to be the full body EMOM workout to explain proper form and give you any audio cues that you may need in order to accomplish this first workout. So before we get into that, I do just want to explain where you can find this workout. So down below, I will leave a link in the description to optshape.com, which is the website for my online personal training business, Optimal Shape. On there, you will find this workout program as well as all of my previous workout programs. The most recent one being Chill, which was my winter workout routine. There's also Fit for Fall and Hit the Beach. And those two workouts will be updated in the near future as we get into those seasons. But again, I'll leave a link in the description for this workout program on optshape.com. You can check out this routine as well as any of my others. And stay tuned for all the exciting stuff to come in the future. You can also go ahead and follow at Optimal Shape on Instagram and Twitter, as well as following the Optimal Shape Facebook group. So I want to thank anyone so much in advance who goes ahead and purchases this program. I have worked very hard on it, and I'm really trying this year to get this business a little bit more off the ground. So thank you so much. And with all of that being said and out of the way, let's jump into the workout. Starting off this workout with some neck circles. You're going to be doing this one time for 30 seconds on each side, just dropping your chin down towards your chest and then over your shoulders, back around again. Then you're going into cat-cow one time for 30 seconds. You're going to be on all fours with your wrist underneath your shoulders and knees underneath your hips. As you inhale, you're going to drop the stomach, look up towards the ceiling, arch your back, and bring your pelvis up towards the sky. Then as you exhale, you're going to push through your palms, curve your spine, look down towards the ground, and repeat this motion back and forth for 30 seconds. Next, going into some push-up negatives. So you're going to start in a high plank position with your wrist underneath your shoulders, keeping your core nice and tight. As you bend your elbows back, drop your torso all the way down towards the ground, push back into a child's pose position, and then press up into plank again. Doing this one time for 45 seconds. Make sure you're keeping that core nice and engaged, drawing your navel up towards your spine, and pressing through the palms firmly. Next, going into a squat to forward fold. You'll be doing this one time for 30 seconds. You're going to have your feet about hip distance apart, toes pointed forward. Keep your core nice and tight as you sit your hips back and down. And then straighten your legs, touch your toes, come back to that squat immediately. Straighten your legs, touch your toes to get a big stretch in the backs of the legs or in the hamstrings, as well as getting a stretch in the hips as you squat down. Next, you're going to come to standing with your feet just underneath of your hips, and you'll bring one knee up towards the front, and then you're going to rotate it out towards the side as big as you can, getting a nice stretch in your hips. Standing nice and tall, try to look at something that's not moving. That way you have better balance, better stabilization. Keep your core nice and tight as well to have better balance. And you're just going to be alternating sides. Really make sure those circles are nice and big, and try to get your knee as high and out to the side as far as possible. Next, you'll be going into lateral lunges, so keep your feet nice and wide, wider than hip distance apart. And you want to try and stay nice and low to the ground, but obviously if you have any ailments or anything and you need to stay higher, you can do that as well. And you're just going to sit your hips down and back, leaning into one foot, lifting the other toe up off the ground as you're moving side to side. You can hold for a couple seconds if you need to. You can let your hands touch the ground, or you can keep them nice and high at your chest as well. Next, we're going into the world's greatest stretch. So you're going to have one foot in front. The opposite leg is going to be back behind you nice and straight, keeping that knee high up off the ground. You're going to open up to the front foot's side, keeping your chest nice and broad, shoulders away from the ears. You're going to be getting a big stretch in that front side, and then you're going to cross underneath, bringing your shoulder or your elbow down towards the ground, reach up towards the ceiling again, and back down. When you do this, make sure you're bringing your hips towards the ground as well, so you're getting a big stretch in the lower body as well as the upper. Next, you're going into inchworm. So you're going to start at the top of your mat. Keep your legs nice and straight as you bring your hands down to the ground, kind of towards your toes, and then you're coming into a forward fold position. You're going to walk your hands out in front of you, and then keep your legs nice and straight as you just tiptoe up towards your hands again, coming to that forward fold position. Now here, I'm going back and forth on my mat. Ideally, you would like to have a longer space to do this, and you can just continue the motion in one direction. And finally, for this warm-up, you'll be going into glute bridges. You're going to lay on your back with your feet about hip distance apart. Knees are going to be stacked over top the ankles. Keep your core nice and tight as you lift your hips up off the ground. Try to get them nice and high. Squeeze your glutes at the top and then come back down. Try to exhale as you press up and inhale as you come down. Make sure you're pressing through all four corners of the feet. really using that mind to muscle connection to start activating through those glutes. Now we're about to get started with the workout, and for this I do want to mention what EMOM is. So EMOM stands for every minute on the minute. And basically what that means is for each exercise, you're going to set a minute timer, and then you're going to perform whatever repetitions of this move that there will be. And then with whatever time you have left in that minute, that is the amount of time that you have to rest. So some exercises you will have longer rest times and some exercises you will have shorter. It depends on how quickly you can move through these circuits. Now this is a circuit fashion, so that means you'll perform each exercise back to back with those little rests in between. Then you'll take a longer rest, and then you're going to repeat that circuit 2 to 3 rounds. So now getting started with the actual workout, you're going to be doing medicine ball squat throws. You're going to be performing 15 reps of this. You're going to have your feet about hip distance apart, toes pointed forward, and you're going to bend your knees, sit your hips down and back, keeping your core nice and tight, having the medicine ball down at your chest, and then you'll throw with all the force you have, pushing up towards the ceiling and coming back down again. Next, you're going into kettlebell swings. You're going to be doing 20 repetitions of this. Your feet will be about hip distance apart, toes pointed forward again. Keep that core nice and tight. You really want to think about sitting your hips back and really thrusting forward, almost like you're kind of humping the kettlebell. Or one of my kind of team leads mentioned to me one time that it's almost like back shots. I know that's kind of gross for some people to think about, but that's what it is. It really helps people get that correct form. Even if you don't give them, you know what it should be like. So you're really just sitting those hips back, thrusting forward, almost like you're humping this kettlebell. Then you're going to go into alternate kettlebell swings. You're going to be doing 8 on each side. So I don't know if you can see this very well, but it's the same form as before. Now you just have a lighter weight and you're only using one hand at a time. When you come forward, you are alternating which hand is holding on to that kettlebell. Keep your elbows tucked in at your sides and keep a nice bend in your elbow, because this can be a little bit tough on the elbow, especially if you have a little bit heavier of a weight or maybe one side's weaker than the other. So keep your elbows tucked in at your sides. It doesn't have to be a big swinging motion with those arms. Mainly think about sitting the hips back, coming forward. Next, going into dumbbell jumping jacks, you're going to be performing 10 of these, and it's just like a normal jumping jack, but now you're going to be pressing your dumbbells up towards the ceiling as you jump out, and then come in, you'll have your dumbbells come down to your shoulder. Next, coming down to the ground, you'll be performing starfish crunches. You're going to be doing 10 on each side. Keep your core tight. You can either have your hands behind your head or nice and wide in that starfish. And you're going to really pull up through the center, lifting your shoulders off the ground, trying to have that opposite hand tapping opposite shin or ankle. Now, this is the more advanced version of this. If you need a modification, you can again either put your hands behind your head, tapping one hand at a time, or you can even keep your back on the ground as I'm doing here, just lifting the shoulder nice and light off the ground. Make sure you're pulling with your core more than your neck. Then you're going into toes to bar. So basically this is a variation of leg drops. So you're going to draw your navel down towards your spine, keep your low back flat on the ground. You're going to have your legs extended straight out in front of you. You're going to lift your toes, bringing your shins towards the bar that you'll hold up above, just in line with your shoulders, and drop your legs back down again. If this is too difficult to perform, you can keep your legs nice and high. You do not have to drop them so low to the ground. Lastly, you're going to be going into single arm dumbbell snatches. You're going to be doing 10 on each side. So very similar to everything else, keeping your feet about hip distance apart, toes pointed forward, core nice and tight. You're going to drop your hips down as you bring that dumbbell in front of you towards the ground. You're going to squat. Then you're going to pulse halfway back up as you snatch that dumbbell up towards your shoulder. And then you'll stand all the way up, pressing up towards the ceiling and back down again. I really hope you all enjoyed this video. Again, please go ahead and purchase the Bloom workout program. It will be so beneficial if you are trying to find a workout routine to aid you in your fitness journey, whether that be for weight loss, strength training, or just trying to be overall more healthy. Maybe you're trying to find more things to do as spring is approaching and you can get outside more. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like this from me in the future, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Also, make sure you give this video a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed it and I can make more like this. Leave a comment down below of what other videos you would like to see from me in the future. Remember, the next couple videos will all include a workout from this Bloom program so that you are able to better follow along with the program and make sure that you have proper form and understanding of these movements. Please share this video and the program with anyone that you think may enjoy it. And that's it. So with all that being said, I'm gonna go, but before I do, I want to remind you all to stay positive, be active, and most importantly, do what keeps you healthy.